The Washington Commanders travel to Philadelphia on Monday night to do battle with the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. Let us know in the comments how you're feeling about that matchup and if the Washington Commanders can sneakily get into the NFC playoffs this season. Before we get into that, drop us a like, drop a comment, make sure you subscribe to catch us talking sports every single day. Matt, I'll toss it up to you, man. You think these Commanders can somehow sneak into the playoffs?
I think they can, and it's because of a few different things. One, Taylor Heineke is back, and they just seem to do better. He seems to have a better control of the locker room.
They play better when he's under center. They just do. It's a fact.
They just work well, even though Ron Rivera's tried to move on from him. The other thing is that it's really in their control because the other teams ahead of them in the wild card race are in their division.
Right.
So you still have a chance to beat, you beat the Giants twice now. You have Giants back-to-back. So if you beat them at least once,
those are going to be huge games.
You beat Dallas, and then actually they play the other few teams that are ahead of them in the wild card run as well. You have to play against the 49ers. You have to play against the Atlanta Falcons. And so there is definitely a chance if Washington continues to play well, they take care of their business and win these games, there's no reason why they won't be looking at one of those wild card spots at the end of the season, just because of the control that they have going up against the division, which runs the NFC right now.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Heineke's done it before, right? He's taken his team to the playoffs and actually played pretty well in a playoff game against Tom Brady.
The eventual Super Bowl champion.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, correct. So, I mean, we've seen it before. It wouldn't be completely unprecedented if this group were able to make it to the playoffs. I don't expect it to happen. A reason why they could, though, is the return of Chase Young. He's slated to return later this season. That could absolutely turn around a defense that has been pretty bad.
Oh, it's been awful
for most parts of this season, particularly guarding against the pass. Chase Young would certainly help that, rushing the passer.
And that's always been the big reason why they were able to have success, even with somewhat like Taylor Heineke at quarterback.
No doubt about it. But again, as I alluded to a couple of seconds ago, this Washington team isn't sniffing the playoffs this season. They're just not built for it. The biggest reason why is they're the worst team in their own division, which is kind of crazy to say. Maybe not, but I mean, it's really the craziest is how the Giants and I guess really the Cowboys even have really just exceeded all expectations. Like these three teams, the Eagles, the Giants, and the Cowboys are three really formidable squads in the NFC who really are getting it done on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's an argument to be had on who has the best defense of those three teams. We know that Washington certainly isn't in the conversation, and whatever they even get offensively, it's not going to be enough to match a Jalen Hurts, a Dak Prescott. So for that reason, I don't even expect the Washington to, get out of their division, not to mention some of the wild card teams in the NFC you mentioned, likely the San Francisco 49ers out west, and maybe even, a team.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, you look at this NFC and we've been talking about it. We just talked a few days ago about why Tampa Bay is tempting for OBJ because Tampa Bay is, under 500 and ahead in their division. You don't have to do a lot to get to the playoffs in the NFC this year. That's why there's even teams like the Packers who you think would be freaking out. They still technically have a shot at this. The Chicago Bears do.
Yeah, they do.
Like, it really shows that if you can just start to play your game, and the Commanders seem to have figured out what they want to do. They've strung a few wins together. I think they can beat Atlanta for sure. And I don't think Atlanta is going to stay in that mix, even though they've played very competitively. I don't think they're going to stay in that.
You like Washington more than Atlanta right now?
I think I do, kind of. I mean, honestly, I think that the defense, especially if you talk about Chase Young coming back, I think they're more complete on the offensive side of the ball. And then you look out at San Francisco, that is definitely one of the teams that you would expect to be higher up. But because of injuries, because of some issues that they've had figuring out what they want to do in spite of those injuries, you never know. And so all I'm saying is that if Washington continues to play this way and they stay around 500, that's all it's going to take. And and honestly, that's not me trying to be like, oh, they're amazing. That's really just that's the bare minimum.
It's the state of the NFC.
Stay at 500 and do competitively in the NFC East, and you're probably going to make the playoffs.
I'd just be shocked if all four teams in the NFC East made the playoffs.
What a turnaround that would be.
I mean, I'd be shocked, to say the least. But as you pointed out, it's possible. The way the state of the NFC at this point, it's possible. But let us know in the comments if you think the Commanders can make a little playoff run. Let us know something.
I still don't like the I'm cheering for it. I still don't like the Nats.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it.
Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.